out here. I flew Vegas to Phoenix last night, Phoenix to Cincinnati, or I thought was Cincinnati, but the hotel says we're in Kentucky. Anyway, they're calling it Cincinnati, that's fine, but it's freezing out here, ice cold. Just got off the plane, I have a 15-hour layover. It's cold out here. Going for a place to eat, probably get it to go because my foot is killing me. It's been a long flight. Talk to you soon, bye. You know, I just noticed that my hair is kind of tweaked. But I'm not gonna be one of those YouTubers that get all glammed up and pretend to be, yay, I'm the perfect flight attendant and I always look this great type of gal. I am very, very, very real. I hope that's okay with you guys. But I do wanna make a video about what things were important at training. Because I brought a lot, I brought everything. I have some helpful hints that got me through training because you're gonna feel so overwhelmed, and it is so 100% normal to feel overwhelmed and embarrassed if you don't pass. All those feelings are all normal, and we all feel them, and we all were there for trying to pass it. That was just our main goal. So I'm gonna do a whole separate video about that. I would love to answer some questions that any of you might have. I know I just have a very small subscriber base right now, but it's slowly growing. I need to get to 1,000, so tell a friend, subscribe. If you're interested in flight attendant life, so let me know what you guys would like as far as information about flight attendant or something else like skincare or the things, the tricks. Everybody has tricks for traveling. Being on reserve, they fly me so damn much. I'm like, cruise scheduling. Hey, by the way, lose my phone number. They call me ridiculous hours. They called me at the last minute for this trip I'm on now, and it's a ridiculous schedule. I had to take a different airlines to fly to Phoenix to Cincinnati, and then I had to fly to Fort Myers, Florida, and then Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then back to Fort Myers, Florida to stay for another layover. And then I think it's Fort Myers to Denver, Denver to Vegas. It just goes on and on. I have to have surgery on my foot because my foot has been bothering me since, you know, months before I went to training, and I thought it would go away. I thought it was like a pulled muscle, and it's apparently not. So I'm having surgery on that on Tuesday. And of course, crew scheduling couldn't give me the day off afterwards. So I'm gonna have to try and trade that day off with another reserve for one of my days off. They wouldn't accept a medical note or anything until I'd been on the job 90 days. And you guys all know I'm new. But that's my airline's policy, and maybe the airlines that you're trying out for might be different. Crew scheduling takes all advantage of us new people. They think we're not going to challenge them on things, and you know, we all have our moments like that with crew scheduling lately. It's been like, I mean, I had to work on my day off because of mechanical problems, and what was supposed to be a turn ended up being a trip, and I didn't have all my stuff, so I was frustrated. Of course, my foot, it's actually my heel. It makes it impossible. It makes this whole job impossible, but I'm getting through it, and I'm trying to keep an open mind because some of these complaints might be slanted because my heel hurts and it's almost unwalkable. So I'm hoping this surgery will fix that, and then maybe I'll have a lighter point of view. My airlines are allowed to, crew schedule is allowed to call me with only a 2-hour notice. So it's very frustrating. So I always have to keep a bag packed and all my supplies ready to go. So I have separate makeup just for traveling, and you know, certain snacks. Trying to stay away from bad food, but they don't sell any good for you food at the hotels or at the surrounding restaurants around here. What you see is what you get or what you pack. But if you're being sent on a 4 or 5 day trip, some of those rooms don't have a refrigerator or a microwave. Sometimes neither, sometimes both, sometimes one or the other, and you don't know really. So you end up with prepackaged food, which is not the best. In fact, it's the worst. But it beats starving. So I'm trying to find that happy medium between going hungry and going without protein. I really wish there was something like, you know, the salads just aren't that good and they don't keep well. So if you don't eat it, you've wasted all that money. It's tough because I can't work out anymore until this foot is fixed. And once that's fixed, I have a home gym, and then I have a gym membership. So I hope this video turns out okay. It seems dark in here. I'm trying to sit by the light. But in the meantime, let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see. If there's information you want, is it just on flight attendant training? Because I know I was hungry for that before I went to training. And then also the flight attendant life. So whatever else you guys want to see, let me know.
Talk to you soon. Happy flying. Bye.
So I had to call off sick because of a foot injury. I had hurt the heel of my foot just before training, and I didn't want to pull out of training, so I went through with it, and it was very painful. So I waited till I tried to wait out the whole 90 days so I could get the note and from my doctor to go on medical leave, but the foot was just getting worse, so I had to get surgery, and it looks terrible. I'll show you some pictures of it that I should be inserting sometime in here, so you can see what it looks like. But here is what it looks like right now. It's in a boot. It's all bruised up. See if I can get a good shot of my foot. See if I can see this. It's not horrible. There's stitches in there. It was really bad yesterday. Yesterday I was in tears. I actually got a cane last night so I could walk a little bit better because I was hating life yesterday. Very painful. It's kind of like walking barefoot on a bunch of pointed rocks. That's what it feels like right now. I called off for all 4 of my 4-day block. So this is my first video on my new Canon PowerShot G7X Mark II. Big change from the iPhone 7 that apparently I was holding the wrong way the whole time I was in training, so it has those big black lines on either side. And yes, I keep getting comments and I hear from my subscribers, oh, you should turn the phone sideways, you wouldn't have those lines. I wish I would have known that when I was in training, but I didn't really tell anybody that I was making that videos, that I was doing the YouTube channel. I didn't tell anybody about that because I wasn't sure if I was going to pass training, and then if I didn't pass training I wasn't going to publish those videos. Didn't know enough to ask anybody, and it played back fine on my iPhone, so I thought it would be fine on YouTube, and apparently it's not. Except that I am getting some views, so somebody's watching them. But I have a nerdy friend, Brian. Hi Brian, my nerdy airplane friend. He is fascinated with airplanes. This man lives and breathes airplanes, and he's not in the aviation industry like me. If I told you what he did for a living, you'd be going, what? It's got nothing to do with planes. He's like my bestie. He would be the perfect guy to go through flight attendant training with. I wish he would have been there. I mostly made these videos because when I was seeking information on flight attendant training, I looked for videos, and they were all after the fact. And to this day, some of the people that I subscribe to, they have channels where they say, this is all about flight attendant training. And then I watch it and they're saying, okay, so here's what's important about training. And they go read off a checklist they have in their hand. There's only 1 or 2 other people, maybe 3 that I've noticed, that actually published a YouTube channel featuring their time while they're actually in flight attendant training. So all of my videos, I can't go back and correct because they were taken with the iPhone at the time. I wanted all of you guys to be in the moment as I was looking for this. It was a hunger for this kind of information. Do you know what I mean? I mean, when I was looking for information on flight attendant training, there was very limited information. You could read things, you could watch the YouTube, but people again were reading off the way they felt at the time, the things they wish they packed with them, the things they did pack with them. I lived it and I vlogged it while I was there, and I think that's what makes my channel special. And now you're seeing what life in reserve is like. I'm gonna do a whole show about that. That's life in reserve it's the pits. I know that the major airlines do like a month off and a month on with the regional and with the ultra low cost carriers, the ULC. I think they all pretty much work the same. You are on reserve until a new class comes in and pushes you up in your seniority, so you're not on reserve anymore. And what I have going on right now in my airline is people that wanted to transfer to my base that were located throughout the country, and so because of seniority they were able to enter the space that I'm in, and that pushed me down more. And with no new classes coming in to move me off of reserve, I'm just staying at the bottom. We're just going to keep being held down until they open up the base back again. Don't know how long I'll be on reserve. Don't know how long I'm going to be able to stand being on reserve. I had them call me at 3:15 in the morning to be at the airport at 5:30. So it's a 2-hour and 15 minutes call out. Now where I live isn't like in the heart of Las Vegas. It is actually on the outskirts of it. So traffic at 3 o'clock in the morning wasn't bad, but had they done this, say, 3 in the afternoon to be there at 5 in the afternoon, we would have had a problem. Sometimes it can take me up to 2 hours to get there with traffic. Sometimes I can get there in 35 minutes if I fly like a bat out of hell and there's a single person on the freeway. Not the safest thing to do. Even after you park your car, I mean, that's just getting to the airport. And then you gotta navigate your way all the way through the terminal, down to the gates, down to your crew room. And you gotta check in at the crew room. Usually it's on computer for a trip, which is what they called me for. But if it's for ready reserve or sitting couch, so you call from the phone in the crew room. So you gotta be on time for that too. And really on time means early in the airline industry. I think it's time to go to bed. Yeah. So good night, everybody.